guys, so today I'm going to be making a review of the CCM RBZ Revolution stick. So let's jump right in. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the graphics, the look of the stick. So this is more of subjective and personal opinion. I don't really like the white on the stick. I've never liked white on a hockey stick. With all the RBZ models, I've never really liked that look, even with the old Easton Makos. So I don't really like the white that they put on this stick. With that being said, I do wish that there was more red at the top of the stick like you had on the RBZ Speedburner or RBZ Superfast. I think that just looks a bit nicer on a stick, but it's once again a personal opinion. I wish CCM didn't put the white paint on the blade. I saw that they kind of got away from that with the new Super Tax. It's more of just a carbon fiber blade, similar to what they have on the Ripcore sticks, but unfortunately they did that once again on the RBZ line, and that's not too good because as you shoot, if you wear away your tape after a while and the shooting pad are on the ice, the paint on the bottom of the blade, it's going to start chipping and wearing away, and that's obviously not good for durability purposes and for performance a little bit. So overall, I'm not too happy with the graphics on the CCM RBZ Revolution stick, but that certainly can be overlooked. So now moving on to performance, I'll be talking about my personal experience with this stick. Even though I've only owned it for a few days, I have shot a couple hundred pucks with it at least, so I will be able to say a decent amount about it. I would say that this new RBZ Revolution stick, I do have a bit of a harder snapshot with it. I probably have my hardest snapshot with this stick, or maybe the Nexus 1N. But slapshots honestly kind of suffered with it. I mean, I didn't really have my hardest slap shots with the RBZ Revolution. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like a low kick stick where you wouldn't want to really rely on it for slap shots, but it certainly wasn't the best stick that I owned for slap shots. That would be the Super Tax probably, but maybe it's because of the high coefficient of restitution in the blade. The puck just bounces off. That might be a bit better for snapshots because you can get that extra pop or that extra snap on your shot. But when it came to slap shots, they were okay. They were mediocre. So it definitely was a really good stick though for those quick and hard snapshots. Also, I'd like to say that I found that the accuracy with this new RBZ Revolution stick was really improved over its predecessor and even the RBZ Superfast. I found that the pucks are really staying true to the target and going where I wanted them to go, almost like what you'd find with a tax line stick. I know they're more geared towards accuracy and just a smooth release, almost like a Nexus stick, more than a power stick like the RBZ sticks are. But I found that I had really good accuracy with this stick, especially on snapshots. Maybe it's because I have it in the Krebs curve now instead of the P29 or Nugent-Hopkins curve, whichever P92 style curve you use. But I found that the accuracy was definitely improved over the RBZ Speedburner. The blade feel on this new RBZ Revolution stick was also a lot better than the blade feel on the RBZ Speedburner or the RBZ Superfast because they have the same blade. But I really felt that they, for some reason, really improved the blade feel in this stick. I found that stick handling with your head up and just doing little toe drags and little maneuvers like that were a lot easier, and it was a lot easier to tell where the puck was on your blade. But also, when I first picked this up and started trying it on the shooting pad, I noticed that sort of hollow feeling you get with the RBZ Speedburner or RBZ Superfast was gone. You didn't have that hollowness feeling from the hollow blade without the foam. It was more dampened, almost like an Easton CX stick or a Ripcore stick. So that was really nice to see. It's still not as good blade feel as you would get with a Bauer stick or with the Super Tax, but it still was a really nice improvement that was good to see. Another thing that I was really happy to see with this RBZ Revolution stick is that they have included Technora aramid fiber reinforcement in the shaft. And what's really nice about that is obviously it increases the durability of the stick and the shaft, so it'll last longer and give you more pop. But it's also nice to see that CCM is now overlapping their lines and sort of bringing technologies from whether it's their Ripcore line or their Tax line and putting it in to the RBZ line or different lines. So they're really using all their technologies to their maximum potential, and who knows, we might see different technologies like the faceplate technology in a tack stick or a ribcore stick in the future. So I thought that was a really nice touch that they added, and it almost gives us a foreshadow of what they might be doing with their sticks in the future. One question that I've received a lot in the comments section for the quick shooting video I made with the RBZ Revolution was, does the faceplate technology actually help your shot? Does it actually increase the speed and power of your shot? And I would say that it does, but only a little bit. You are going to notice a bit of an increase in power, especially on snapshots with the faceplate technology, but it isn't really going to make or break the stick. Obviously, it is a key selling point to this stick, and it is nice to have that technology carried over from golf clubs, but it only helps a little bit. Another thing when talking about the blade is that I really like that CCM sort of beefed up the hosel on the stick and made it a little bit thicker than other sticks hosels like the Super Tax or the Ribcore Reckoner. It's pretty thick, almost like you'd see on a Warrior or a Bauer stick with the dagger taper or QRT taper or any of the tapers that they have on their sticks. It's a lot thicker than a QRT taper, but it is nice to have that added strength and stability in that part of the shaft, so that when you take those heavy shots, the puck and the blade are going to be staying true to the target and not deflecting at all. Also, even though that the faceplate technology does help your shot speed a bit, it adds a lot of weight to your stick. This is P28 95 flex uncut, and when I weighed it on my scale, it was about 462 grams. So that's about 20 grams heavier than other top of the line sticks that I would put an extension in and use. So it definitely adds a lot of weight to your stick, and you definitely feel it, not when you're actually shooting and stick handling around with it, but when you hold another lighter stick that's especially blade light like a Super Tax or a Vapor 1X, you're definitely going to notice that this stick is a lot heavier. So that is one downside to having the extra power, but some people do like a bit of a heavier stick, and you're not really going to notice it, so that can be overlooked as well. One last thing that I'd like to comment on, and that I really like about not only this new RBZ Revolution stick, but also the Super Tax stick and maybe the new Ribcore trigger from CCM that comes out later this fall, is that with their newer sticks, the grip coating, there's no texture underneath the grip. With a lot of their older sticks, like the Ultra Tax, like the RBZ Speedburner, or even the Ribcore Reckoner, you feel this bit of a fish scaly texture underneath the grip. I personally don't like that at all. I just like a clear grip on my stick. That's my preference. So I'm really happy to see that CCM is just going with a nice, smooth, clear grip on their sticks now. I hope they continue that in the future. The last topic I'm going to be talking about in this review is the price. Is this stick really worth the price? Now, I was lucky enough to get a bit of a discount on this stick, so it's $350 with tax even, so that was a decent price. But if you were to go over to your local sports store in Canada, it would be $330 plus tax, and in the States it would be $300 plus tax for a senior model. That's a lot of money to drop on a stick. I mean, of course, that's sort of the minimum advertised price for hockey sticks these days, but is it really worth getting this stick over last year's top-of-the-line model, like a Speedburner? And I would say that this is worth it if you're trying to get maximum power out of your snapshots and kind of slap shots, and you're just going for a power shooter stick. And also, I would recommend this stick if you like the P28 Krebs or McDavid style curve, and if you really shoot off the toe. If you don't really care about the new curve, or if you're just getting a good quality stick, a good top line stick that will give you good performance, but not certainly the best stick on the market, I would recommend going with maybe an Ultra Tax or an RBZ Speedburner or any other stick that was top of the line last year or 2 years ago and is discounted now for $200. So now I'll just give you guys my final thoughts on this stick to wrap up the video. I think it's a really good stick. I think CCM did a really good job with this RBZ Revolution stick. I love taking snapshots with this stick, especially with the accuracy it has. Slap shots, they're okay. I mean, obviously I like taking them better with a stick that has more of a dampened blade, but they still are pretty good. Graphics, they're okay. I mean, they're not terrible, but they obviously could be better if they got rid of the white that I personally don't like. The price, it is a little expensive, but so are all other top-of-the-line sticks these days, so you can't really get over that. So I would say that I recommend this stick. I would suggest trying it out if you're in the market for a new top-of-the-line stick for this season that just came out. This CCM RBZ Revolution stick is really worth taking a look at and trying out. Thanks for watching the review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you next time.